Hello, family. Welcome to Weight Loss, a New You, and we are so excited to have you back. We have something exciting to talk to you about today. But before we get to that, we want to make sure that you understand that, once again, we're not giving any kind of medical advice. Before you do any kind of weight loss program, exercise program, always consult with a medical professional to make sure you're getting the right thing for you. With that being said, my name is Sean Hill. And one of the things that I did do is I was able to lose over 135 pounds in 15 months. And so I want to share a little bit of that with you, but I also want to talk about my business partner. Go ahead, coach. Tell me a little bit about what you were able to do.
Well, people, as y'all heard on the last particular video, we kind of got different paths as far as our particular weight loss. I was able to release and reverse type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol by switching over to the plant-based intake as well as exercise.
All right, guys, and we really want to help you, and we'll tell you a little bit about that at the end. But we want to get to what we came to talk about today, and there's 5 keys if your loved ones don't support your weight loss. Now, some of us are lucky, and we have great situations where we're being supported. Others are by themselves, and so they don't have to worry about that. But there's a large group of people who are involved with people, loved ones, family members, spouses, or whoever it is that are not supporting your weight loss, and that can be very challenging. So what we want to do is give you 5 steps, 5 keys that you can use if you're not getting the support that you believe you need. Number one is you have to accept the responsibility for your own weight loss. Look, nobody's pouring food down your mouth. Nobody's making you do anything. So when you accept responsibility that, hey, any weight you put on or any unhealthy habits you have, they're totally yours, then you can move forward with that. What do you have to say about that, coach?
Well, you know what, Sean? What's so crazy about it? The saying goes as follows: what you do in the dark will always come to the light. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can give as far as that, because you got to think about it. It's your responsibility. What you choose to put inside your mouth is your responsibility.
Absolutely. Number two is set boundaries. You've got to be able to set boundaries. A lot of times we're so concerned, we don't want to hurt other people's feelings, and we're trying to please other people. But if you know there's some restaurants you shouldn't go to, some foods you shouldn't be eating, you have to set those boundaries. You have to communicate that to people in speaking to them in a loving way, but you have to set those boundaries. You can't always just go with the flow and where everybody else wants to go. What do you say about that, coach?
So you got to think about it like this, people. Let's say you struggle with meat. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I remember at the beginning, it's all about changing the particular narrative, changing the mindset. So I know that my struggle was meat. So I took away meat during the week and only
Mhm.
ate meat during the weekend.
Mhm.
So be very strategic, set those particular boundaries, set you a particular cutoff time when you don't
Mhm.
want to intake any more food. Drink a ton of water at that particular point in time, and you're going to get you some success.
Absolutely. Number three is ask but don't accuse. So many times, coach, when we're talking to our loved ones who we feel may not be supporting us, we come at them in anger. Oh, you don't really love me. Oh, you don't want to see me getting healthy. And so what happens, coach, is that now we have a wall that's kind of built up, and people get defensive. They you attack them, well, they're going to defend themselves. But we want to ask just, hey, I feel like I'm not being supported. Is there a reason, or is that true, or is it something we need to talk about? When we ask questions, that opens up the dialogue. But when we accuse people, that shuts down dialogue, and then people can't really talk about how they really feel, what some of their concerns may be. And so we want to have a dialogue, not a monologue, where we're just yelling at people or talking to people and not with them. What do you say about that one, Coach?
Be mindful of how you ask. Be mindful of how you ask, because you got to remember that particular individual or those individuals, they was in the grind with you at those different types of buffets. You know what I'm saying? They was in the grind with you on those late nights at Wendy's or at the Waffle House or IHOP and stuff like that.
Mm.
So just be mindful. You know what I'm saying? You can get a lot of bad, responses on behalf of how you act. So just be very critical with how your approach comes up whenever you ask those particular people.
Absolutely. Think about what you say before we say it, right? Have it planned out. But we want to make sure that we're having a dialogue. We want to make sure we ask, but we don't accuse. Number one, hey, don't worry about that person. Get support from other people. Now, that could be a coach, that could be other family members, that could be other people, wherever. What we want to do, we don't want to cut people out of our lives necessarily unless they're harmful to what we are, us as human beings, as people. If they're harmful, they need to go, right? But if they're just maybe not supportive or maybe not supporting us as we think we do, guess what? There are whole communities of people who are out here eating healthy, who are out here working out, who are out here exercising. Don't close off those opportunities. Don't close off those opportunities. Now, here's where we have to be careful, though. Here's where we really, really have to be careful is we have to be careful that we get support from the right place. And what do I mean by that? A lot of times, maybe we are working out, we're looking good, maybe we feel like we're not getting the support from one area, and then all of a sudden another person comes up, hey, you really looking good, I see you looking sharp there, da, 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 da. And we make unhealthy attachments. We make unhealthy attachments, and that can happen a lot of times. So hey, that attention that we've been craving, all of a sudden now we're getting it from another area that's not healthy, not the type of things we want to have. And so we really want to make sure we get the right support. That's the key. You want to get the right support, not just support from anybody else. That's why I say, hey, get it from coaches, get it from friends. A lot of times those platonic relationships can go into other directions that we don't want to see go in. So talk about this, coach.
Yeah, hey, this one is interesting right here. Getting support from other places. So think about it like this. Let's say you actually go ahead and take our advice and go ahead and just go to the gym, go by yourself and start to enter in the new individuals that's already at the gym. Now, those individuals are going to see you as like the new fish in the sea. So you're going to be very attractive because you're in there, you're starting to come every day, they're starting to see your face, and you're starting to go into start making new friends. But at the same time, you got to think about what's going on back home. Let's say you have a significant other that's actually insecure about you
Mm,
dealing with the opposite sex in that particular magnitude, which they never thought about it that way because you never exposed them to that particular side of things. Now, it may be, you know what I'm saying, just honest fun or whatever the situation is, but that particular loved one may look at it differently. So you have to always think about certain things, but don't make that excuse on behalf of not going.
mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that, coach. Number five, and the last one is reward them. Sometimes people don't support us because we don't include them. Sometimes we may have that attitude of I got this, I can do it on my own, I'm da 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 da, and we're really not even including them in the opportunity to help us. So maybe if we included them and asked them, hey, do you have some ideas, do you have some suggestions or some things that I can do, include them. Now maybe they don't want to be included, that's okay, but we want to reward them. So let's say, for instance, you set a goal that when I lose 20 pounds, whatever your goal is, I'm going to go out and we're going to have a wonderful evening. Now, be careful. We want to make sure we say, be careful. Don't always use the reward as food. So you worked real hard for to lose all the weight. Now you're gonna go out to McDonald's or you're gonna go out to Papados or go out to and now you're gonna have a high calorie, high sodium, high sugar meal. We don't always want to associate a reward with food, but maybe it's an outfit, maybe it's a vacation, maybe it's something evening out dancing, whatever that is. Include them so now they have a buy-in. So they see you getting healthier. They see when you reach milestones, you're not excluding them, you're including them. And now they want to be part of that because they want to see you reach your goals. What about this one, coach?
You got to think about it. This is just like building a business. You know what
Mm-hmm,
I'm saying? You never build a business with friends and family first. You always want to
mm-hmm,
build it with strangers first. That way, the family will come. So,
mm-hmm.
strategically, if you think about it, you go ahead and start exercising. You go ahead and start feeling great. You're going to see other people are going to see the results before you
Right.
because you see yourself every day in the mirror. So they're going to notice that you're, saying you're dropping inches. I mean, you're going to notice, of course, because, once you put your pants on, put your shirts on, you'll feel a little different inside those particular outfits. But at the same time, you just got to just remain focused. If you do get, let's say, for instance, those friends start telling you, girl, oh man, you look good and this and that. Hey, don't become the wolf on top of the hill. Always continue to climb. There's a lot of people that get to that particular point. They hear these new results, and the next thing you know, they give up and they go back to that default mindset. But we're going to get into that at another time.
Absolutely. And so we talked about, get support from other places. One of the places we want to share with you is us. We want to help be your support. So what we want you to do is reach out to us at weightlossanewyou.com. You can choose either one of us, myself or a coach, and we just want to have a strategy session with you. We just want to talk and see where you are, how we can help you and support you on your weight loss goals. With that being said, this is Sean and Coach, and we'll see you on the next broadcast.